What if I told you the Golden State Warriors may have just made the boldest move of the season by acquiring Jimmy Butler? Since his arrival, the team has transformed into a winning machine, and the effect he's had goes way beyond what you'll find on a stat sheet. There's one specific factor that could completely alter how the playoffs unfold. If you think the picture's already clear, think again. Something major might be on the horizon. But before we dive in, if you enjoy following dramatic turnarounds and sharp NBA breakdowns, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot, and it ensures you won't miss any updates during this wild end-of-season stretch. We bring you daily no-nonsense content, just how you like it. Let's jump into it. Since Butler joined Golden State, the Warriors have gone on a tear, winning 20 games and dropping only 5. Even more impressive, those 20 wins came in the 24 games where Butler was part of the lineup. In other words, his presence is making a direct difference. This isn't just a hot streak, it's a complete mental shift. Butler brought what the Warriors had been lacking: intensity. He changed the energy, reset the tone of the locker room. A team that had started to feel predictable and worn out now plays with a sense of urgency and hunger. That edge is often what separates playoff contenders from true championship threats. The best example of this resurgence came on April 3rd, when the Warriors went up against Luka Doncic and LeBron James' Los Angeles Lakers. Golden State looked more focused, more cohesive, and they pulled off a win in a game many had already counted as a loss. That victory wasn't just about getting another W, it sent a clear message to the rest of the NBA. Golden State is back. And after the game, even LeBron James gave credit where it was due. In an interview, he compared facing this Warriors squad with Butler to the time Kevin Durant first joined the team, calling it a familiar nightmare. "Jimmy Butler is elite," LeBron said. "He brings a toughness to that team. He's got that championship mindset." That's the thing about the Warriors. They always find someone to make them dangerous again. Coming from someone who's faced this dynasty at its peak, that's high praise. Now, let's talk numbers. Since putting on the Warriors jersey, Butler is averaging 17.3 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. What really stands out is his efficiency. He's hitting 51.4% of his two-point shots. That shows he's been highly effective at driving to the rim and creating shots in the mid-range. But it's not just on the offensive end where he's making noise. Defensively, Butler has been a seamless addition. Alongside Draymond Green, he's added toughness and smart positioning, making Golden State's defense more versatile and sturdy. They can switch assignments, trap effectively, and disrupt passing lanes. This kind of adaptable defense is exactly what teams need in a playoff setting. Right now, the Warriors sit in 5th place in the Western Conference. If the season ended today, they'd face the Lakers in the first round. Think about it. LeBron versus Butler, Curry versus Davis. That series would be electric. And here's what makes the West even more exciting. The standings are still incredibly tight. The gap between the 3rd and 8th seeds is razor thin, and one upset or unexpected result could shake up the entire bracket. So here's the real question. With Butler on board and this fresh momentum, are the Warriors truly back in the title race? They've got the depth, the playoff experience, a championship-level coach, and now Jimmy Butler playing with fire in his eyes. It just might be enough to push them on another deep postseason run. Now it's your turn. What do you think the Warriors still need to dominate the league like they used to? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them all. But wait, what if I told you Kevin Durant might have already played his final game in a Suns jersey, and no one even realized it? Sounds far-fetched? Maybe not. What started as a minor ankle sprain might actually be the beginning of one of the biggest shifts the NBA has seen in years. A twist that could reshape not just one team's path, but entire legacies. Durant's injury is significant, but the bigger impact may be what it signals. There's growing belief that Phoenix's current era is nearing its end. And strangely, that possible ending could spark a completely new beginning. But this wouldn't be just any fresh start. It could lead Durant back to the only place where everything clicked perfectly: the Golden State Warriors. And here's the twist. There's one small detail that could trigger a trade, one that might involve not just Durant, but the Suns' future and potentially other stars around the league. Let's unpack why this story is about much more than just a deal. Before we go on, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. We do more than just report. We connect the dots and break stories down in a way nobody else does. So, let's get straight into it. The Suns are on the verge of falling apart. Getting knocked out during the play-in tournament is a very real possibility. Without Durant, they've lost their go-to scorer. The team's performance has taken a hit, and their playoff hopes are shrinking fast. And when that happens, the hard questions begin. Is it really worth keeping Durant on this roster? It's a tough thing to say about one of the league's greatest players, but maybe the answer is no. Not because Durant has lost his edge, he's still elite, but because the fit with the Suns just hasn't worked. The team looked promising on paper, but it never truly clicked. And if it hasn't worked with a fully healthy group, when will it? That's the kind of thinking starting to take hold in Phoenix's front office. And once that thought creeps in, trade talks become inevitable, especially if there's already a destination ready to welcome Durant back. And that destination is Golden State. Sounds wild? Not if you listen to what Durant said recently on Draymond Green's podcast. In what seemed like an offhand comment, KD admitted that his decision not to return to the Warriors last season had more to do with bad timing than anything else, not a lack of interest. That quote hit like a bomb in NBA circles, because it shows Durant hasn't closed the door on returning. And if he's open to it, Golden State might be ready to welcome him with open arms. Timing is everything. Curry is 36. Draymond is aging. Klay still has moments, but isn't the same player. The window for another championship run is closing. Bringing back Durant might be the only way to keep this dynasty alive just a little longer. Some have mentioned Jimmy Butler as a possible piece in this context, but the truth is, he's not an ideal fit for Golden State. Butler is intense, demanding, and leads with strong personality, something that could cause tension in a locker room with established leaders. His style also doesn't align with the Warriors' free-flowing, motion-heavy offense. Durant, however, is a different story. He knows the system. He's part of it. He understands the spacing, the movement, the rhythm. He doesn't need to adjust. He fits right in. It would be like putting the original piece back in the puzzle. But such a move wouldn't come cheap. The Warriors would need to give up serious talent. Names like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and Brandon Podziemski are already being discussed. And this is where the real dilemma begins. Kuminga is blossoming into a star. Moody has matured into a reliable rotation player. Podziemski has surprised everyone with his basketball IQ and court vision. So now, Golden State must choose: invest in the future or go all in one more time. Because Curry is still elite, and this might be their last real shot at a title. From the Suns' side, the deal starts to make sense too. Durant's trade value isn't what it used to be. His injuries are becoming more frequent. Age is catching up. If it's time to rebuild, what better way than by adding young, high-upside talent? Kuminga could turn into a franchise player. Moody brings consistency. Podziemski looks like a floor general in the making. It wouldn't guarantee success, but it's a much stronger foundation than continuing to depend on an aging, injury-prone superstar. Then comes the emotional angle. Durant left the Warriors in 2019 to chase a new narrative, to prove he could win outside of a ready-made system. But the championships didn't follow, and the perception has shifted. Going back to the Warriors might not be a step backward. It could be a smart, mature choice, a return to stability, chemistry, and legacy. Because the truth is, the Warriors need this too. Their young players are good, but none of them can do what Durant does. A healthy KD is still a top 5 player, and in this system, he doesn't need to carry the team. Just play his game and dominate like he once did. So now it all comes down to this. Who will make the first move? Will the Warriors bet it all on one last title run with Curry? Or will the Suns accept it's time to start over and build something new? Whatever happens, one thing is clear. This trade wouldn't just involve names on paper. It's about career-defining choices, rewriting legacies, and maybe even redemption. Now I want to hear from you. If you were Golden State's GM, would you trade Kuminga, Moody, and Podziemski for Kevin Durant? Or would you stay the course and keep building around your young core? Let us know in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Here, we live and breathe the NBA, breaking it down with insight, analysis, and behind-the-scenes details you won't find anywhere else. And if you haven't watched the video explaining why this could be the Warriors' final real chance with Steph Curry, click right here, because time is running out and we're running with it. See you in the next video. The NBA never sleeps, and neither do we.